The arena lights slowly begin to fade, replacing the lively chatter of the audience with a deep, expectant silence. It is the kind of silence that arrives only when thousands of people hold their breath at the same time. Tonight is not just another AGT performance, tonight is the return of Marcelito Pomoy. The man who stunned the world once before is about to step on stage again, and everyone in the room feels that something unforgettable is about to happen. As the spotlight forms a glowing circle at the center of the stage, Marcelito steps into it with calm, humble confidence. His posture is relaxed, his hands gently resting at his sides, but his eyes reveal a different story, a fire of determination, pride, and gratitude. The judges look at him with anticipation. Heidi smiles warmly, Howie nods like he's ready for a shock, Alicia leans in, and Simon sits perfectly still, studying Marcelito with razor-sharp focus. He knows talent. He knows greatness. But with Marcelito, he senses something even beyond that. The intro music begins softly, rising like a wave beneath the silence. Marcelito closes his eyes. For a few seconds, everything freezes, the audience, the cameras, even the air. Then, with flawless control, he releases the first note. The sound is breathtaking. A pure, fragile, almost heavenly female range voice glides across the arena. It is so light, so clean, so unexpectedly perfect that a gasp spreads through the front rows. People nudge each other. Some blink rapidly, unsure if what they're hearing is real. Others instantly raise their phones, desperate to capture this moment before it disappears. Marcelito's voice floats effortlessly, filling every corner of the auditorium like a soft glow of light. Simon's reaction is immediate but subtle. His eyebrows lift just slightly, his lips tighten, and he leans forward in his chair. It is the same expression he shows only when something extraordinary begins, something that cannot be ignored. He folds his hands together, locking his eyes on Marcelito, not wanting to miss a single second. After the opening notes, the music builds slowly, signaling the moment everyone is waiting for. Marcelito lifts his chin slightly. He takes a controlled breath. And then, he switches. Suddenly, the delicate soprano dissolves into a rich, thundering male operatic voice, deep, powerful, resonant. The crowd explodes into cheers. Some scream. Some stand instantly. A wave of noise fills the arena. The transition is so flawless, so shockingly clean, that even seasoned musicians in the audience look stunned. But Simon Cowell doesn't move. He sits frozen, staring, completely absorbed. His face shows disbelief, the kind reserved only for witnessing something almost superhuman. As the lights flare behind Marcelito and his dual-voice mastery sweeps across the hall, everyone realizes, this is not just a performance. This is history repeating itself. And Marcelito Pomoy is breaking the AGT stage, again. The energy inside the AGT auditorium is no longer the same. After Marcelito's breathtaking opening, the audience is already standing, clapping, and shouting, but they know the real magic, the legendary switch, is still coming. Cameras zoom in, lights sharpen, and every heartbeat in the room seems to sync with the rising tempo of the music. Tonight feels like a storm building in slow motion, and Marcelito Pomoy is standing right at its center. As the instrumental rises, Marcelito steps slightly forward, his expression calm yet intensely focused. The soft blue lights around him transition into gold, casting a dramatic glow across the stage. The entire hall becomes a perfect cinematic frame. Even backstage contestants can be seen watching from the side curtains, whispering, "This guy is unreal." Then, with a breath so smooth it almost goes unnoticed, Marcelito begins the second part of the song, returning to that angelic, female range voice. The purity is unbelievable. Each note slides effortlessly like silk across glass. Audience members place their hands on their chests, shocked all over again. Some people shake their heads repeatedly, like their brains are struggling to process what they're hearing. The judges' reactions grow even bigger. Heidi claps with excitement, Alicia covers her mouth, and Howie looks at the audience as if asking, "Are you all hearing this?" But Simon Cowell remains still. Not blinking, not smiling, not shaking his head, just staring with a look that says, "This shouldn't be possible." Asterisk. And then it happens. The moment that defines the performance. Without warning, Marcelito transitions, mid-line, from the soft, floating soprano to a deep, booming operatic tenor. No pause. No break. No breath in between. It feels as though two different singers have suddenly merged into one body. It is so shockingly clean that a wave of screams fills the room instantly. The audience erupts, rising to their feet like a powerful ocean tide. Even the production crew can't hide their reactions. Some are seen raising their eyebrows, others briefly lose focus on their equipment. The music crescendos as Marcelito takes full command of the stage. His posture shifts into full power, chest high, chin lifted, voice shaking every inch of the theater. The lights fire brighter, sinking with each note. The judges stand now, all except Simon. He remains glued to his seat, wide-eyed, his jaw slightly open. It is not dissatisfaction, it is disbelief, the kind of reaction he has when witnessing a talent so rare that words fail him. A close-up camera shot captures the exact moment Simon whispers, "No way," under his breath. Meanwhile, the audience is roaring. Some people are crying, others are recording with trembling hands. Marcelito continues switching between voices with surgical precision, controlling the room like a master conductor directing 1,000 emotions at once. It doesn't feel like a performance anymore. It feels like a miracle unfolding live. And the entire AGT stage is shaking from it. The atmosphere inside the AGT arena is no longer just excitement, it is electricity. After witnessing Marcelito's supernatural dual voice switch, the audience is already on their feet, and the judges are overwhelmed. But no one is prepared for what Marcelito is about to do next. The music softens, the lights dim to a warm golden glow, and the entire performance moves into its final, most powerful phase. Marcelito stands center stage, breathing steadily, his eyes shining with confidence and emotion. He knows this is the moment that will either lift the performance to legendary status, or surpass everything he has ever done before. The instrumental builds softly behind him, like a heartbeat growing stronger. Even the air feels heavy with anticipation. As the next verse begins, Marcelito channels his female range voice again, hitting notes so clean and delicate that the audience falls silent. The softness is unbelievable, almost unreal. It's like the voice of a different person, someone fragile, emotional, and full of light. A ripple of awe spreads through the crowd, and even the judges appear emotionally shaken. Then suddenly, the music rises sharply. Marcelito takes a single step forward. And with perfect timing, he unleashes his operatic voice again, loud, powerful, shaking the stage like a thunderclap. The audience screams, some jumping, some clapping uncontrollably, and some simply standing with their mouths open. The force of his voice fills every inch of the auditorium. But this time, he doesn't switch once, he switches multiple times, blending female and male vocals in quick, flawless transitions. It is vocal mastery at a level beyond imagination. Cameras cut to Simon Cowell. He is frozen. Not a blink, not a smile, not a nod, just absolute shock. His face says everything. He has run out of words. He has run out of logic. He is witnessing something truly impossible. Back on stage, the song approaches its climax. The music builds higher. The lights brighten. The audience grows louder. Marcelito raises his hand slightly, signaling the final, iconic moment. He inhales deeply, and then releases a massive, sustained high note that seems to last forever. The note is perfect. Not a single vibration wavers. Not a single second weakens. It is powerful, sharp, and impossibly controlled. The arena erupts. People scream. Some cry. Others lift their phones to capture the moment that will surely go viral. Heidi covers her mouth. Alicia steps back in disbelief. Howie pounds the table with excitement. But Simon rises slowly from his chair. His face remains stunned, his eyes wide, his expression almost confused, as if he cannot understand how a human being can produce a sound like that. When the note finally ends, he shakes his head, still speechless. The audience chants Marcelito's name while the stage bursts into shining lights. And at that moment, one thing becomes clear. Marcelito Pomoy didn't just perform. He made history, again.